Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you guys read by the title, this is going to be a full face of drugstore products, my all-time faves. So I hope you guys enjoy and I'll see you in the next clip. Okay, so let's start off with some primer. My favorite primer I've been using for years is the Maybelline Master Prime. And I use the Blur and Smooth white one just because I do have dry skin, so I need something a little more hydrating, but I still want to blur out my base. And then recently I have loved the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, so I usually like to mix these two. I put this one mostly like around my chin area, and then this one more in my T-zone where I get oily. And then here I'm taking, this is the e.l.f. one that I usually take on my nose, just where I have the most pores. My favorite drugstore foundation lately has been the L'Oreal True Match, and this is my summer shade. I use the shade Sun Beige W6, and then you guys already know I love the L'Oreal Infallible. I'm going to mix these two because this one's a little too light and this one's a little too dark for me right now, so mix these and it'll be good to go. Okay, I think I'm just gonna stick with the True Match because this one's actually working out for me right now. And I always bring it down to my neck because when I tan, for some reason my neck never tans. And it's so annoying, but what can I do? Okay, foundation is on. For cream contour, I like to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Toast. This is my favorite concealer to use for cream contour from the drugstore. So I just do that, and then this dries pretty quickly, so I work by sections, and I usually start off with my forehead because I just go ham on my forehead, and it doesn't take as much time as my cheekbones do. I go a little higher than where my cheekbone actually is because when I blend it out, it ends up coming down a little more. So I blend up, but it always just spreads out. And this just works better for me, so gives me more of a chiseled look. So I'm in the process of redecorating my room. I've changed my comforter, I've gotten a few new pillows. I have a mirror coming in that I want to hang like near my closet. And I just want to brighten up my room. My walls are purple right now and I do want to paint them white possibly. So within the next like week or two, I should be getting that out of the way. For concealer, I'm gonna use the trusty e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I love the hydrating version because I do have really dry under eyes, and the regular camo concealer is very dry and flaky on me. So this one works perfectly. It does not budge throughout the day, and I do set it, so. And then I think I'm using the shade Medium Sand. So I just like to go right there. And then I know this method has been everywhere on TikTok, YouTube, and at first I thought it wasn't going to work for me, but I really do like the way it lifts my eye. I do let it sit for a second because this is so hydrating and creamy. I let this sit and then blend it out, and it gives my eyes like a lifted look. I love this e.l.f. sponge. Mine is so dirty because I use it so much, but this works great with the concealer, and I've used it with my other concealers as well, and it still works. This is great. It's so soft, so it works perfect. This sponge is so soft. I don't even feel it on my face, like it's that soft. And it's pretty inexpensive. I mean, for one sponge, I think this was like $5 or $6. So you see how that just like instantly lifts this side of my face? I love this. And I usually bring it on my eyelid too because I do have pretty dark eyelids as well as my dark circles. And then I think I'm gonna add just a little more, like right here. And then, ooh, My nose is peeling. I don't know if you guys can see that, so I don't think I should put any on my nose. So we'll just do just to brighten up those areas as well. And then I do let that sit just for a second. And then I'll just take whatever's left over on my sponge, go in the middle of my forehead. Soften that cream contour a little bit too. Before you guys get mad, I'm going to say I have yet to find a setting powder from the drugstore that I love. So if you guys have any recommendations, please leave them down below. I have tried the Coty Air Spun Powder and the Maybelline Fit Me, the top two raved powders, I swear, and I just don't like them. They're too dry for my skin. I don't like my powders to be too heavy. I like them to be a little on the thinner side because I have such dry skin. So if you guys have any good powders from the drugstore, please leave them down below because I don't like to use my high-end makeup all the time. I am going to use my Fenty Beauty powder. I'm so sorry. I just don't have a good powder from the drugstore. So I'm going to take just a little bit of this. I'm setting the same way that I put that concealer just so it still brightens and I don't ruin the work that we just put. And then I'm going to set my chin. The powder's flying everywhere. Then I would set my whole nose, but it's peeling. And then let's do the middle. And do right underneath that contour. So let's just. And then I do set my neck because I did put foundation and concealer and we don't want that budging. So with the brush, I'll just set that and then around my mouth. And then I usually let that sit just for a little bit. I don't like to let it sit for too long because I do have dry skin, as I've said like 10,000 times. I like to push the powder into my skin. My all-time favorite drugstore bronzer is the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. I use the regular bronzer shade and I swear by this bronzer. So I usually just, wherever we cream contoured with the e.l.f. concealer, I just like to set. And honestly, I'm not really too precise with this because we're just bronzing, so it doesn't need to be too exact. For blush, I'm going to switch it up today. I know you guys are probably sick of seeing me wear Milani Luminoso Morphe blush palette in Papa Peach. It's their blush trio. So there's a lot of fallout with this blush. Whoa. I think I'm just making it worse. Okay, that just looks weird. Like, it just looks like a blotch of blush on my cheek. We'll fix that in a second. Okay, I think I need something a little more rosy. This is a little too peachy for me. Earlier, I used the shade Creator in the Peach Trio. I'm gonna use the shade, I'm gonna mix Edgy and Hot in the Fuchsia one and just, did that even do anything? Dude, I look, oh my god. Okay, let's just forget these blushes. I'm not a fan. It's looking super bright on camera, but in my mirror, it's really not looking as bright as it's showing. I give up. We're just gonna leave it. For my eyes, I want to use the e.l.f. Bite Size eyeshadow, and then this is in the shade Pumpkin Pie. I don't want to do too much on my eyes today because I'm not doing much today. I'm literally just gonna go to like HomeGoods. So I'm actually going to take the bronzer first. I'm going to take the butter bronzer all over my eyelid. I love the bite-sized shadows, but because there's only like 4 colors, I'm very limited in transition shades, so I always like to take a bronzer. I'm going to take this first shade right here with a little denser of a crease brush. This is the Anastasia one that comes in the eyeshadow palettes, but I love this brush. And I'm going to take that a little further down in the crease. I know I'm always doing neutral looks, I'm so sorry, but they're just right up my alley. I'm not too much of a color person, but I will try. I'll experiment in my next few videos. And then I think I'm gonna take the more bronzy shade. I really like this. I mean, they're both beautiful, but I think I'm gonna just take it with my finger. Oh yeah. So I feel like these are more of foils. They're a lot creamier. Perfect. I'm just putting, honestly, I'm putting this all over. I don't want it to be perfect. I like the messy glitter on an eyelid. So this is perfect. And then I'm gonna take that fluffy blending brush again with the bronzer. Just blend that all in. These are honestly really great eyeshadow palettes. They're only $3 at the drugstore, and they have so many different shade ranges. I'm gonna take this denser brush, and then I'm gonna go back in with that first shade from the e.l.f. palette and put this underneath my eye. Trick I've learned to kind of sharpen up the edges of our eyeshadow is to do that. So I put the powder right where the end of our eyeshadow is, and I just dust that off. Wow. You guys, it's a bomb. In my inner corner, I'm gonna put this Maybelline Master Chrome highlight. Mine's pretty shattered, it's pretty old, but this is really good for a drugstore highlighter. I'm not gonna put it on my face, actually. I am gonna put it on my face. I haven't been too big of a highlight person. I just like something really subtle. Yeah, I needed that. This is super pretty. Someone's mowing the lawn. I'm so sorry. There's always something either in my house or outside. A drugstore product that I like for my eyebrows is this Morphe brow pencil, and then I use the shade Java. I brush my hairs up with the back of the spoolie, and then before I fill them in, you guys are gonna laugh at me, I usually take a empty mascara and use that one to brush up my eyebrows, and then I go in and fill my eyebrows. I'll show you guys right now. And I literally brush them up so they can just stay. I like the bushy brow look. If you don't, you can totally skip this and just fill in your eyebrows. But I like my hairs kind of in place and up a little more. And this gives my eyebrows a little bit of color. I know it's black, but I do have dark brown hair, so it kind of works. And then when I fill them in with the brow pencil, it lightens them up. I don't really like to do too much with them. As I said, I literally just use the mascara one, and I usually fill in underneath, brush it up, and then extend my tail. I'm gonna be using the Kiss Ever Easy lashes. These are the number 11s. I have one in my hand, but I really like these. What I do, I want to cut off the beginning, this part, and just apply the end so it can give me a lifted look again. I really do like that look right now. For mascaras, I have 2 favorites. This one is the L'Oreal Voluminous Original, and then this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. I love this one. This has been a dupe for the Too Faced one for me, and then this has just been an all-time favorite. So what I like to do, I like to take the Lash Paradise one first. I blink my mascara on. I don't know how people can just go like that because I feel like it doesn't do anything for me. When I blink, it gives me so much more, how do I explain that? It puts on so much more of the mascara on my eyelashes, and I feel like it just coats them so much better. It curls them, lifts them. So I blink my mascara on. It's kind of weird. We're gonna do a second coat with the original. The original one lengthens, so I like to apply it on top of the Paradise one because that one adds volume. Wow. So you guys see that? Do I even want to put on lashes? Yeah, you guys, I think I might skip eyelashes because having a good lash day. So last but not least, my favorite part of doing my makeup are my lips. Recently I've discovered the LA Girl Intense Stay Auto Liner, and I believe this is the shade, yeah, Keep It Spicy. I love this. It's a perfect brownie pink. Usually I also love the NYX Nude Truffle lip liners and the Morphe lip liners. They're like $4 to $6. They're so good. This one's also $4, but I've just been loving this. I've been using it all the time. And then I've also discovered the Maybelline Lifter glosses. You guys, these are dupes for the Fenty. I promise. I have this shade and a few others, and this is Topaz. I love this. It's literally a dupe for Fenty Glow, and that's my all-time favorite lip gloss, but this is really good as well. Okay, I think I want more of a brown, so I'm gonna go grab my NYX Nude Truffle. It's usually a little more brown, but because I have that pink underneath, it's looking a little like cool. Okay. And then for gloss, I love this so much. It's so beautiful. And they're like perfectly sheer, which I love. And last thing I like to do is obviously set my face, and then my favorite drugstore setting spray right now is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I mean, I literally use it to the bottom, and I bought another one because I love it so much. So I usually just drench my face in this. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and if you guys could just subscribe down below to give this video a huge thumbs up for me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.